Hi everyone on YouTube. I basically told you guys I bought some dresses from the doll show the last time I went or attended, which wasn't too long ago, and I found that they looked like they fit 18-inch dolls, so I wanted to buy two of them for my Samantha and my Nellie doll. So I dressed them up in these dresses. I cleaned them off. I actually spot cleaned the dresses. And you can never be too sure, even though they didn't need cleaning because they're handmade. But again, I can never be too careful when it comes to my dolls because I'm a doll collector. So if it's not brand name, I try my best to know who the manufacturer is, but since this was something that was handmade, and I know a lot of people these days go around making clothes for dolls or doll clothes, and then they sell them either online or at doll shows. So again, like I said, I picked these two items out of all the other doll dresses that were there. I thought that they would look great as complementary pieces to Samantha and Nellie's collection. And since Nellie's original clothing kind of mimicked the style of this dress in particular, and I really liked the color with Nellie's Titian hair. Nellie's hair color, what I did not notice at first, is that Nellie's hair color is very similar to Mary Ellen's hair color. So when I think of both of them having Titian hair color or kind of like a strawberry blonde reddish tint to their hair, I just never thought to say that they had a similar hair color in their wigs. But there Nellie is, and I gave her a burgundy bow to go with it. I like the high collar of this outfit, and I like the lace that was used. I also like these details, just because I was telling the lady that I bought them from, that I bought these outfits from, that I was really looking for details of the early 1900s. And I think this could be a little higher, the hem, but I'm still happy with the length of the dress because Samantha and Nellie are getting older. So in their books, I think their books span from Samantha turning 9 going on 10. So she is turning 10 in her first book. And by spring, she is officially 10 because she has a birthday. And I believe Nellie is around the same age, if not just a little bit older, since she did start her life off as a servant girl before she met before she met Samantha. And I believe that her cultural background is Irish. So a lot of people of Irish backgrounds and culture started off as servants and very low on the totem pole after they immigrated from Ireland to America. So Nellie, I believe, is just slightly older than Samantha, or she could actually be slightly younger since servant girls did start off in the life of servitude at a very young age. With Samantha's dress, she has also a hem that's low, and this dress comes in two parts. And so, again, the details of the dress I felt were of that era of Samantha, and I liked the royal blue or the cobalt blue color of this outfit because Samantha looks really good in dark colors. So I thought that with her dark hair coloring, she would look perfect in this blue or cobalt blue outfit with the cream details, as well as Nellie looking good in the burgundy outfit with the cream detailing. And again, I love the details of this dress, which is a one piece, and this dress is a two piece. I also brought out my latest Just Like You doll, number 14. And because she's got these beautiful blue eyes and dark hair, I just thought that I would probably have her standing next to Samantha since they are almost of the same. I think they were made almost at the same time or around the same time. I think Just Like You, or this doll, her face mold looks just slightly fuller than this 2004 Samantha face mold because this was right around the same time that they made the Nellie doll, just because the movie was coming out. And with this doll, I believe that her face mold, since it is slightly larger and since her pie bangs are slightly fuller than this doll's pie bangs, I believe that she is actually an older model, and that she was made prior to this doll. So even though they look very similar, um, they both have dark hair, they both have the same kind of traditional face mold or molding, which I think is the classic face mold. She has pinwheel eyes, while Samantha, as you guys already know, has the decal eyes, and Samantha's always have those. So I just wanted to show you guys a comparison of her. And I'm slowly but surely putting some of my original dolls back into the guest room. So I'll probably move these two dolls since they're new. I don't have doll stands for them, but I do have Addie is on a doll stand, Molly is on a doll stand, my original 1993 Addie is on a doll stand. And last time you guys couldn't see Samantha because she was way back there and being blocked by a couple of dolls that weren't on doll stands, but my white body Samantha is on a doll stand and she is in her school uniform. And of course, you guys see my latest doll in Mary Ellen, and she is being paired with a Halloween card that has a dog and a cowboy hat. And it's got little animals on this card. So since Mary Ellen has a dog of her own, I just thought that this card went a lot better with Mary Ellen since it's almost Halloween and since someone else is wearing Mary Ellen's Halloween costume. And you guys have seen my holiday Barbie. And I think it's interesting that Mary Ellen's collection reminds me of an 18-inch Barbie's collection. So, of course, seeing the holiday Barbie certificate next to this beautiful dress that Mary Ellen is wearing just reminds me of how many people go gaga over the 1960 Barbies that collectors just love because of the fashion. When Barbie came out in the late 1960s or early 1960s, maybe mid 1960s, the fashion was amazing. So Mary Ellen's clothing line, or the clothes in Mary Ellen's line for American Girl, is very similar to the details that they put in the original Barbie back in the day. So getting back to these outfits, I usually don't buy outfits like this for my dolls, but because I'm so in awe of Pleasant Company's glory days, where like this dress that Addie has, I love the details on the dress. I love how the dress is very similar to the Civil War era and how they made snoods and dresses and things that women wore back in the day. I really wanted something that had that much detail in it for Samantha and Nellie's line, because even though they did bring Samantha back in the Be Forever, in the Be Forever doll line, I just feel like the fashion was not true to the era that Samantha came from. Samantha and Nellie came from. Unfortunately, they didn't bring Nellie back. So a lot of collectors are still looking for Nellie. And I can tell you that it's very, very hard to find a Nellie doll. I gave up on for a long time before my husband stumbled upon Nellie and brought her home. So, it was just one of those things where I think we all hoped that Nellie would eventually come back. But now I kind of feel like I don't even want to hope for those kind of things anymore from American Girl, because what will happen is they'll bring the doll back, but then some of the fashions that went with Nellie's line, or some of the fashions that went with Samantha, Addie, Josefina, all those other dolls' lines that made those dolls great, it's almost like if you just bring the doll back and you don't bring her clothing back, what's the point? Because then it's like what we loved about Nellie, what we loved about Addie, what we loved about Samantha was that they had such a beautiful clothing line. They had such beautiful accessories that went with the doll. So it's like the boy dolls. Why create boy dolls if you're not going to create fashions for people to dress the boy dolls up in? If you bring back Nellie and Samantha, what's the point of bringing back Nellie if you're not going to offer up anything for Nellie to change in, but you're going to have all these dresses for Samantha? And even when they brought back Samantha, she had such a scant amount of dresses or clothing items that it was almost ridiculous. And some of the items that they did bring back were like bubblegum pink. And I think bubblegum pink is great for someone like 1950s Mary Ellen, but I really don't want to see bubblegum pink on Nellie and Samantha. It maybe one or two dresses we can bear, but to have the whole line be represented in pink, that's not at all like the Samantha I remember or I grew up with. So these clothes just look a little bit better, I think, as clothing items or clothing alternatives. So if I ever see that vendor again, I would love for the dresses to be a little bit higher. But if I do see the vendor again, I'll definitely buy from her, because I feel that I could probably get away with at least getting one or two more clothing pieces from her that would be a lot better than what American Girl is offering, or in this case, not offering. So I'll go ahead and show how they look in their tams, because they both came with hats, or both their outfits came with hats. Okay, so these dolls again look even cuter. Just when I thought that their outfits looked complete, I put the tams on them and they look even cuter. Surprise, surprise. And I really do like the coloring on both outfits and how they complement both dolls. Like with Nellie, I always imagined her looking amazing in a burgundy red or a brick red color. And again, that just shows how much I love Addie's line as well, because of the reds that are in her line, and just the way that American Girl used to use certain colors to complement certain lines of clothing. Same thing with Samantha. Like, I love this color blue. I like the material, how it has stripes, because Samantha has lots, or her new line had it too. I think Be Forever offered a couple of outfits that had some stripes on it. So I love the vertical stripes that go with this pattern. So again, I think when I was at the doll show, I just remembered in my mind what I liked about Nellie and Samantha's clothes for the Be Forever and for Pleasant Company and American Girl, that when I saw these outfits, I just knew to try them on the Samantha and Nellie dolls when I got back home. So I'm really excited for the dolls. I love these outfits. I think they're so adorable. And so these are probably just going to be my transition outfits, like when I transition the dolls from fall to Christmas. So I love them in their Christmas outfits, but I feel like I always have them in their Christmas outfits for way too long just because I love both of their Christmas dresses. And so this is a nice alternative for not keeping them in their outfits for too long. Like I already have my white body Samantha in the one and only school uniform that I have for all my Samanthas. So when it comes to transition Samantha or transitional Samantha and Nellie and these two dolls, I always want to try to dress them in something that they can both wear as a pair, just because these dolls were made around the same time versus my white body Samantha that was made during the late 1980s, at least this version, and some of my other older Samanthas who were made in the early 2000s and late 1990s. So, guys, I hope that helps. If you guys are ever at a doll show, don't be afraid to try some of those vendors who have doll clothing available and see if they fit. Because even though it's not a perfect American Girl Pleasant Company fit, it's pretty good. I mean, I would say that it's better than what I can do, believe me. And I took up sewing for a long time, but I definitely never got to this level. So I definitely feel like it was a decision that I am proud of, that I was able to make. And their Be Forever necklaces, at least Samantha's Be Forever necklace, it looks great on both dolls. So I was lucky enough to get Samantha's accessories for Be Forever and have an extra pair for Nellie to wear. So that's the video, guys, and I hope you guys have a good day.